This is Joanna and I'm back today with another video, and I'm using this really cute penguin from Paper Smooches, and the glass die is also from Paper Smooches. And I'm using my stamp positioner when I stamp stamps that has a solid black like this penguin, so I can stamp them twice in the exact same spot. And I'm stamping with VersaFine, and this ink takes forever to dry, so I just used my heat tool to speed up the drying process. And then I have cut out a couple of glasses, and I've cut out 3 of each because I'm not sure yet which one of them that I'm going to use. And the ones that I end up not using, I can save that for another project. So here I'm just testing. And I think he looks good either way, but I think I'm going to go with these bigger glasses. And I'm just going to cut him out, and I'm just using my scissors to do that, and I'm cutting him out, leaving a thin white border. And I always try to move my paper instead of the scissors. I think then it's easier to fussy cut images out. And then I just use a Copic marker to carefully paint in the beak, because this is not Copic friendly ink, so you have to be careful so you not ruin your marker. And then I'm just using some multimedia matte to glue the glasses together. And this adhesive dries matte, so that's really good, because if you make any mistakes, it won't show. And I think it's really easy also to use liquid adhesive, then you have some wiggle room. And I cut out 3 glasses, but I ended up only gluing together 2. And then I want to have some acetate behind the glasses, so they look like real glasses. So here's just a piece of acetate that I'm cutting to size. And you can use an old piece of packaging, it works just as fine. So I'm just using my liquid adhesive again to glue the glasses onto the acetate. Well, this is a really strong adhesive, so it's perfect for things like this. And then I just use an acrylic block to make sure that it adheres together. And I'm saving the other glasses on the back in my pocket there, where I store my die. And now it's time to assemble the card. And the white circle is actually a leftover piece from my from another video, from my last video. So it's a woodgrain circle. And here I'm just cutting the acetate off the glasses. So I'm just cutting the excess off. And I think they look really cool. And I think it's adorable, that little penguin. And I have cut down another strip of grey cardstock, and I'm going to stamp my sentiment on this one. And I'm choosing, this says hi, and it's from the same stamp set as the penguin. And I'm going to do some heat embossing, so I'm using my anti-static powder bag first. And then I'm stamping with Versamark. And I'm applying some white embossing powder. And then I just use my heat tool to melt that completely. And then it's time to assemble the card. So I'm just using my ATG to adhere my circle piece. And as I said earlier, this circle is a leftover piece from my last video. So I just saved it for another card. So I ended up using it today. So here I'm just placing it on my card, and I wanted to hang off one of the sides. And then I just used my scissors to cut the excess off. And here I want to, before I adhere my glasses, I have to to make sure that my fingerprints are removed. So I'm just using my scarf to remove my fingerprints from the acetate. And then I'm just using my multimedia mat again to adhere the glasses onto the penguin. And if you are interested in any of the supplies that I used today on today's card, they are listed in the YouTube description down below or over at my blog, and you can find the blog post also in the YouTube description. And then I'm just adding my acrylic block on top of the penguin again to make sure that they adhere together. And here I'm just creating a flag tail on my sentiment strip. And I'm just playing with the placement to find out how I want it. And I think the sentiment strip is a little bit too long. So I just take my scissor and I shorten it a little bit, and I just cut a flag tail again. And I think this looks much better. And then the penguin can sit on the sentiment strip. And I like this, so I'm going to adhere this together. So I'm just using my ATG to adhere my sentiment strip. And I'm trying to use my grid mat to line up this straight. But just to make sure, I'm just using my T-square ruler to line up it perfectly straight. And then I want to adhere my penguin, and since the background is Woodgrain paper, I'm using multimedia matte again to make sure that he really adheres to the background. And then I just put him so it looks like he's sitting on the sentiment strip. And I'm just putting an acrylic block on top. And just to finish everything off, I'm using my white gel pen to draw white stitching lines around the circle. And then the card is done. So thank you guys so much for watching and spending some time with me. I hope that you like the card, and I hope to see you soon. Take care. Bye.